Once three sisters sang in sweet harmony. Now two are here, still planting good seed. Jackie and Gail, yeah, they're walking in light, sharing their stories, keeping hearts bright, talking about life and faith and real love, sending out hope from the one above. When they speak, you can feel what's true, 'cause they've lived it all, and they'll walk with you. Jackie and Gail, just love, just real. Two voices of grace that help you heal.
Hey, 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 welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back to Raw, Restoring Awesome Warriors. I'm Jackie H, your host, and I have here my co-host, Gail Barron, the judge. And y'all can't see behind her computer, but there's a lot of food back here. Okay, all right. So, Gail, how you doing today? I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell.
I'm good. I'm good.
You know that time we snatched the door open and told what our cousin Tony and them had just ate up all the food and they supposed to been having a date. But anyway, today is another day. Hopefully by this time the shutdown is over. I'm not sure, but everything is going on. So, but God is God is blessing. I don't know if a lot of compromising has happened, but I hope everyone is still checking on each other and things are working out. So, how's things working out with you?
Good.
Yeah. You're not in the shutdown.
I'm not-
You're in Goshen.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right then. All right. Well, we had a nice day so far, and I got one more. Well, this is November, so I told you I'll go back to the doctor next month. So I'm still hanging in there doing, have my 2 days off now. Usually it was one day a week where we had a cheat day, but now some days it's 2 days a week. But I'm doing good though. But so still on the grind of staying healthy. Yeah. So I think today I want to talk a little bit about overlooked, but you're chosen. I want you to give me a quick scripture of someone you think about right off when you think about that title, overlooked but chosen. Who comes to mind?
David,
Okay. Okay.
when the prophet Samuel came to uh, Jesse's house to anoint the next king,
Mhm.
so Jesse brought out all his sons, but none of them was it. He said, "Is it someone else?"
Now, I never, I always ask you, I don't know what the day to day because they don't write about it. What do you think was going on with his father, knowing that he had another son out there but never presented him?
I
Like
think,
it ain't like you didn't know you had another son missing.
but um, he talked about their character, their physical characteristics. One was tall and all the outward um, to what they thought a king should look like. But that's not what the choice was. David was in the field with the sheep, with the mud. He was rugged.
So you think he left him out there on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh. But if somebody asks you, Gil, bring all your children, you decide
If you
which
don't
one gonna
think that
come?
I'm not um, capable,
Mhm.
yeah, you look
Wow.
Like some people in our day and time, it's called like the black sheep of the family. And a
Mhm.
lot of time, it's those ones that will be there for you.
Wow.
But because position or what you got going on, whether it's your look or whether it's your what you're doing in life, people uh reverence a lot of things
Yeah.
versus what is real and right.
So I think a lot of people is chosen because of status. Uh, you know, it could be different things, like you say. Well, mommy was. I use our mother. She was big on. She believes. I guess she said she got out the Bible that her boys was blessings. So people have different culture that they pick of who's supposed to do what. So is that a problem? If you might not be beautiful or whatever that is, you might not, and you're overlooked for those things. But what if you're the one? You just never would. No.
No, I'm saying that's people's prerogative and thought to what they prefer. Just like with Leah and Rachel, the custom was the oldest get married first, but he didn't want her,
Mm.
and his his father-in-law tricked him because you know
The custom.
custom.
Mhm. So would you have to know in yourself that you're chosen? Like if you're overlooked, it's not the custom, it's whatever it is. Is it something that was in David or those people that know?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe. I believe so. I believe you might not understand then,
Hmm.
but as you grow and mature, you'll come to the knowledge, or perhaps whether God or somebody come by and point that out. But you know something. I'm quite sure this was your question for years. You always ask, did they know?
Yeah.
I believe because you can just think about yourself. You know you have some, you're not like the next person. You know within your heart, and that's what keeps your fight fresh.
But you remember Joseph kept on telling them his dream. It ain't funny. Kept on telling them his dream. His father told him don't say that.
Yeah,
You know,
he knew something.
so Joseph had to know
He
something.
knew
But do you think
every.
their parents did? Or
I believe that's what I
the
believe.
brothers probably knew too.
I they knew it was something
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
but just the fact of you speaking it, that's what got your coat torn off of you.
Yeah.
Um, Moses' mother, she knew that he was a proper child.
Hmm.
Some things you may can't pinpoint it, but I don't think you just clueless. You
Okay.
used to always tell me every time you tell mommy something, uh, that we was either doing to you or whatever, she would tell you, you can do it.
You was chosen. You was born for
Yeah,
that.
you
Yeah.
you you might didn't understand at
No, I
that
didn't. No, no,
time.
didn't at all. Yeah. But I see it now
Yeah,
of what, and sometimes those things built you.
yeah.
It don't have to mean that that was right, but if you're not going to be tough, if you're going to fold up every time, but you don't see, like you say, you know something, but you don't. That's not how you view it at the moment. But
Because you're in it.
yeah,
But when you come out of it
yeah,
and look in hindsight, you can see it.
yeah.
You
Because I
can
remember we was teenagers, and we always had people over. We was feeding them, and we was talking. Like, what did we know at 15? Or what I'm saying, you was doing it, and I believe that everybody who has something inside of them, it starts young,
it starts young
and
and just grow
yeah,
and mature, but and you may not can pinpoint it, you may not even understand it.
hmm,
And so that's where a lot of disappointment and frustration come because not only do you not know, sometimes people know and don't want to tell you. So
Mhm.
it makes it harder.
So why wouldn't they want to tell you? Is
It
it
could be
jealous?
it be different reasons. Jealousy could be one.
Because Saul was real. He asked for David,
Yeah,
but then when he got to the palace, well, got to his
yeah.
house, and he started throwing stuff at him. Like you didn't couldn't take. You
It, it,
saw what was in him, but then
and he needed him, but the accolades that David got.
yeah. But this was before the accolades. When he was working, he the one who called for him.
Yeah,
This
no,
before he
but
even did anything, right?
I'm not sure. I think it was the battles that
Oh, okay.
David
I
won.
thought it was something he saw and he wanted him to be there and then start being
No,
mad at him.
so,
Okay, so it's
someone
because where
else.
he's okay. Okay.
Yeah, the battles and the Saul killed 1,000, David killed 10,000. That's still,
Okay. So you can see something that you need or that help you, but as long as it don't go past you or you don't outshine them or whatever it is. And um it makes you don't want to be that person though. For even though you had like Joseph kept on telling the dream and but after a while I wondered did he get silenced? Because
well, I, he could have got silenced during that journey.
right,
And, them stripping his coat
put
and
him in
the
the pit.
pit and
Yeah,
then selling him.
yeah.
However, what was in him kept him.
Okay.
And that what is so encouraging even to me. You know, you might not have understand when you were young, but as you grow up, that very thing, your niche, your differential advantage, it will keep you against stuff.
Okay. So
Because no matter where you go and what you do, you're gonna have daggers thrown at you.
I always tell you about Prince Harry and Prince William. Moses' mother knew he was a proper child. Uh, Samson, I think it's Samson, his parents knew not he was a Nazarite. I'm just trying to this because that will help you if somebody in your younger development knows Prince Harry was groomed for to be what they are. What if you just thrown out there it, I can only tell my experience because it was nothing. I guess that's the way they did it, or they was grooming you, but they never said anything to you to let you know
Maybe they
that
didn't
it.
know.
Oh, but Moses' mother knew,
His Moses' mother knew.
right? So everybody don't know.
Everybody don't know. And then you made mention earlier about mommy praying.
Praying.
Yeah, when you said about the boys.
Yeah, she believed that at the Bible that the boys was
Right, but
was, but I thought it was a custom. I didn't
in the
at that time. I
Bible,
didn't know. Well, I'm saying I wasn't no Bible
in the
person.
Bible,
Yeah,
and it was,
yeah.
but it's deeper than what you like. Sometimes we just pray willy nilly.
What that mean?
My, because mom said that someone told her. She didn't say she read it, but it's biblical. But someone told her that it's good to have boys.
Okay,
So by her believing what someone told her, she asked for it.
okay.
But yet that's all she did was ask. But it was a process to the rest.
I never heard nothing else.
Right.
That's
That's
all.
that's what
Like
I'm saying.
so, most people. I don't know if this is biblical or not, but most people when they have ask for boys is for the namesake to keep the name going or something. I don't. She never told besides somebody told her
That it
that.
was a
So
blessing to
it
have
her boy.
boys.
So she never said. But then when I read books of Numbers, 26th chapter, because those girls didn't have brothers,
Right.
Moses said, "I know what they said," but God said, "Do." So it could be custom. It can be
Yeah.
a lot of things
Yeah.
that you'll miss, but I don't think you're gonna miss it if God intends for whatever you're supposed to be, or if it's in you, it's some kind of way it's going to come
Right.
out. It might have to be birthed through someone else, not just what the line you came through. And so I understand both. It was about even with music. I remember we knew Daddy and Mommy sang. I'm just using this as something chosen to do. Uh, it wasn't. I don't know if it was a custom or what, but it was at that time playing a guitar wasn't normal. If you know what I mean. Most of at back then, I don't know if it was how it was, but it was you expect to play a tambourine or a keyboard for a woman. Like it was just understood. I don't know where they get it from. So it was weird, but I knew what I had.
That's
That feeling.
and that's the
So,
thing. You gotta.
but you don't
Well,
know that as a child
you.
because I went through a lot because of that.
I know
You know what I mean?
everybody that has something like that normally go against tradition and custom
And people
because
probably don't even realize that back in
no,
the day it was women on the piano
no,
and drums and guitar was for men. It was a whole lot of customs and culture things that went on. So I had to go against it, but I knew it was something that drove me to that.
hmm
It was well, it was just in me. But it took him to say I'll go back and get it for you. So yeah,
yeah.
overlooked but chosen.
I well, w- with my book coming out, so that's one of the things, your identity, and that's something that religion and nothing else can change your DNA. So because that has you you can't beat out or stamp out that's a part of you.
But I think it needs to be discussed.
It needs to be discussed. So that's why I wrote about it, and we are
Mhm.
discussing
Yeah.
because you look for people in authority to explain it. And that was one of my biggest things. Thought I was following authority. Then when I did, because it was in me anyway, when I did what I was told, I still got punished for it. So it's a thing. Did you know about what you was telling us to do? So, like you just said, Moses' mother knew him, and different parents, they knew their child. Did you not know you prayed for us?
Yeah, but I don't think people back then knew that chosen might go against your culture.
Right,
Chosen might go against what society say.
right.
Chosen might mean something else. So I don't think they knew something, but they was up against barriers. So
Yeah,
you either had to go against the grain or go against what everybody else is saying
that's
to
what Paul did.
yeah. So you really have to be
Right.
in tune to your children or whatever that is to know I'm going to nurture what you have because a lot of things we did it wasn't nurtured
Yeah, no, you're
because
right.
of
Right.
you
I
know
heard Bishop S.Y. Younger say the other day on one of his messages, chosen doesn't mean you're special. Chosen means responsibility. And all our life, that's what we had. Even children, when we were children, we had responsibility. We always looked out for the need and and resolution. That's responsibility and accountability. People don't always know and understand, so you'll get labeled. But I often say, do you want my life? Because people see they have a saying, you see the glory, but you don't know the story. Do you actually want to walk the walk we walk?
So a
You
lot of
not
people, a
know.
lot of people don't know the walk the walk.
I'm saying
But
that.
they just see the part that somebody
Right,
just see the part they want to see.
right,
But you don't, you really don't know what a person goes through
right,
to be
right,
in that spotlight.
right,
Like who wants to be Joseph?
right,
I mean, just think about it. They put him in a pit. His own brothers turned against. Who wants to be that?
right.
You look at something. I don't know what you would see, but I wouldn't want that on nobody.
Yeah.
So
Not only his brothers, but Pharaoh's wife,
yeah,
because you desire this man is different,
yeah.
and so
And
we
he still, and no matter what happened to him or us, you still help people
right,
because what's in you. It might been he had to go through that to stand up. He probably didn't understand that, but that made you tough
yeah,
because you gonna go against. God saw that or whatever your life you see it, but that didn't look like that then. Probably, you know, he stood for a standard.
right,
He said, "I'm not gonna go against God."
right.
So it is all those things that built you and made you. But a lot of people who see you probably want your life, but could you go through this? After he even helped the ones out in prison, they forgot about him.
Right,
And sometimes because we read in scripture, the scripture, you don't realize how long a time. They say it was over 2 years that he was forgotten.
right.
So it's not a
Until something
glorious,
else came up.
yeah, it's not a glorious job to be chosen. So it's not special.
No,
It's really
yeah.
is responsible. It's not, somebody else might look at it as chosen. I'm chosen. What does that mean? If you really are picked out to do something, what actually are you glorifying over?
So that overlooking part, one had to come. Uh, one had to come to the knowledge themselves. What I mean, sometimes, just like in the sports where they have special teams, or when we play softball, you use either
Pinch hitter, or
pitch
pinch
hitter
runner.
or run, but you're only called when needed.
Mhm.
And so, if you don't understand that your job is not a daily job,
Mhm.
you're a special teams.
Yeah,
You are
yeah,
so you only come when there's a need for you.
right.
That's not uh you may feel overlooked, but
But you're
you
not.
have to but you're not.
Yeah. So
You,
that's why I said it's some people have to learn on the job training.
yeah,
But I personally think somebody should tell somebody something. I think I think you should ask. I think you should see like mothers. They probably can't see it, but you see something when it's special in your child. You see if you have a worker, you see what something is special about that worker. You can tell. So, but I think sometimes people don't want to make a difference because of what it's going to cause. You got two kids. You see something special in one of them. Well, you don't want to. You don't want the division. You don't want it. So you just make them come up together and act like they both. But some kind of way, you have to nurture what you see. I think it's only right because you keep growing up like you hate who you are.
and it's only right. And then whoever's in charge, whether it's your parents, they uh like I had 3 kids, and all of my kids are special to me.
Mhm.
All of my kids are different, but I don't treat them differently. They all got their own strength. I know who's who belongs where, and you feed them so they can grow flourish where they planted at. They're different.
That's if you see it and
Yeah,
want to be. You have to see it even to nurture it.
yeah. But
You know,
some things they didn't know.
something who didn't know.
Like our parents order,
No. No, I'm just joking.
they didn't know that their mindset was staying together.
Yeah,
It was,
it was cool.
but because really our background, like I told you not long ago, that I didn't have any expectation because you wasn't given any. Just just live life. So you didn't desire
that was you.
other things until you know I matured and grew up a little bit. Then I had and it wasn't that I would see something and I say I could do that, but it was never a thought of mine before.
So everybody who's listening to this message, Gail always take up from my parents. So she, they don't have no pass on what they didn't see. And I'm not against my parents. They was good, but we're talking about this so it can help someone in this day and time. If you see something special in someone and you can nurture that, you have to be willing to go against the grain to pull it out because that can stunt people for you don't understand what you cause keep damaging that person and
Right.
saying that they don't have something. It's not like you're going to make differences, but you have to pour into. I think a lot of times for me, I struggle with gifts and stuff that I have because we always was kept. I know people probably don't think it, but to not think of nothing. But it caused you to. It cause you to dumb. It can cause you to dumb down to what you know you can do or what you possess. So I'd rather stay in the back. I stay in the back. I help out from the back or whatever it is. You don't want people. It causes something when you don't nourish it. Do it make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not pushing people past or like David out there in the field. You knew you had another son out there. Whether you didn't think he qualified or not, but how did that son feel to know if he knew that they called for all your son, you left him out there? That's a feeling. So it can go into being anointed. I mean, being chosen can be a lot of things. And if you don't have nobody to nurture that, you can go through life not being your full potential or
And not
taking long to get there.
right.
Yeah.
Not only overlooked but chosen. But I also came to mind I think about the prodigal son. Not necessarily the prodigal son, but I think about the brother that stayed home.
Mhm.
And when the prodigal son came back after wasting everything, uh, a feast was made for him. They gave him a robe, put him on a ring. I mean, gave him a ring. And he wanted to know what's all this noise I hear. And when they told him about his brother, he felt some type of way
Yeah. Yeah.
because he stayed home. But I think sometimes we um, don't think.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be nothing to think about probably for the father because you had everything. I know what it looked like. Like I didn't have to do that for you because you have it. You might not want to got that fatted calf, but you could eat every day. The father mind was somewhere else. So only thing he got to do is explain to the one that stayed home. Sometimes I think it's a lack of communication. It is
Yeah.
feeling I stay here all this time helping you and doing that, and I got the lease or whatever. I can imagine those feelings, but if you take time to communicate what did this mean, I think it would have been a little better. I don't know if he explained to him.
I know it might have been. I
Yeah,
don't think from the scripture that he explains it
as I
because
said,
he
it's
said
a lot of.
you could have had it, but you
Yeah.
didn't. He wanted to have a party with his friend.
You think he wanted to have a party? Or he was just being a nuisance.
I think he wanted to have a party.
So he didn't have a party,
According to the scripture, no, he was home. And that's it.
but he could have just had a party.
He
So that's a problem.
it,
Now you
it
want it because somebody else had it. There's a whole lot of things
not
in this same story.
yeah. It not only that it could have been um not because someone else had it, but sometimes people don't afraid to ask for things.
Hmm.
They desire it
Yeah.
and but just afraid to ask
It's
for
just
it.
like when you live at home and you're there all the time, and someone who don't stay home come in, and your mother act like it's two different people. I mean, it can be a lot of things. It's not like she loved you no less than, but that somebody don't stay with you. Hear all the it happens, but I don't think people think of what it does to a person.
Right.
So that's why I say if it's not brought to your attention, there's no harm. But I remember the days of working day and night, tired, and you just a normal person. You just it. And somebody's walking, they did nothing for 2 3 weeks. No, and this is real talk. And oh, how you doing? And then tell me to get the water, get them something to drink. So I don't think they mean no harm, but if you in your feelings
Yeah.
and not is not understood, you will feel some sort of way because they do, you know, bring out the best china and it got to order something, and you've been sitting there all that time but doing it. It's so it happens. So I think it's just pays as we talking about it. Be mindful of the one that stay home, or be mindful of the one that didn't do bad. You got five good kids, and the one that's bad, you're so glad to see them when they come by. It's 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 not a thought. It's really not a thought. But if you put it on somebody's mind, maybe they could think a little different, or communicate to why you did what you did. I haven't seen my son that was gone. He didn't think about the waste. That was slapping the dad face for you to even ask for your
Yeah.
inheritance
Yeah.
while he was living. So it probably was nothing understood by the other son. He didn't ask for
Yeah.
his money,
Yeah.
but for the dad, it was like, wow, you bad. So if you don't explain that, it could be some misunderstanding. Bernie Mac said it's gonna be some furniture moving and misunderstanding up in here. Yeah, so it's stories, but it's food for thought. You
Yeah.
know, what
Yeah.
could you say to communication is one, relationship can be another. But I really didn't understand why when that man says these are your sons, and you knew you had a son that you didn't bring. So it's I wonder what was going on with the dad that you knew he was out there, even if you didn't think he was worthy. But he said all your sons. So why did you leave?
Yeah.
So that could have been hurtful to David too. Not only that you don't think nothing of it, but when he say all of them, you left me out there. So it can be ministry, it could be family, it could be school, it could be work, it could be there's a lot of people that feel like they overlooked. But you could still be chosen.
Yeah.
You still have But you have to believe in yourself, and that's another thing. If you help people to have their self-esteem of what it is, but guilt that can really make you lose self-esteem.
Yeah.
You know, um, you have something special,
What's
and
wrong with me?
what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with
Why they
me?
didn't pick me? Why they
What's
you
wrong?
know
Yeah.
we experienced a lot of that through we didn't know at the time, but even in singing and going up and down the road, people would call us to go to come and then get there and do stuff to us, turn the mics off, and it'd be a lot of things, and you don't even have a clue to
Yeah.
why. But my thing was, you called us. You could. So sometimes, if you know what it is, somebody can tell you this going to happen to you. This going to be. You're going to go through this.
Share
Uh,
your story.
share your story.
Share your story.
Being having a gift and a talent is not always don't feel good. It can be. It just don't feel good all the
It
time.
don't. It don't.
And the people who you think that would be for you that know could be the very
That's the hurtful
it
part.
could be the very one
The
that do.
Bible does say that a man's foes, enemy, is of his own household. That be the ones that really sting you and hurt you.
Mhm.
David said, if it was
But anyway,
my enemies,
yeah,
you
understand.
expect that,
Right.
but it was you, the one I
Mhm.
went to church with, the one I did stuff with. It was you that is mostly those that are closest to you that will betray you. Judas dipped out of the same bowl as Jesus and turned around and betrayed him for 30 pieces of silver.
And you know how I felt about that, right? I felt sorry for Judas because he was picked for that role. And that's another thing. Chosen, you can be picked for because I don't know why was he chosen to
Because
do
he
that?
loved money. He loved
He
money.
loved
And
money.
for a piece of it, but that
Oh,
money turned around and
wow.
he gave nobody wanted to accept it back. And he went out and killed himself. 30 pieces of silver.
So who?
He held the bag.
So do you have you felt or do you still feel overlooked sometimes?
No, I mean not
Have
not
you ever been felt? Have you ever felt that?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You feel overlooked that no, why not? Um, in a lot of cases, but not when you understand, then it's okay.
So we always say that's why we share
Yeah,
because it helps someone else to understand that there's nothing wrong with you. It's nothing that you did. Sometimes it just come with the territory.
yeah,
Just nobody even told you that it was. So to be overlooked sometimes not don't mean that it's something wrong. It can be that someone see what's
go with
in
the
you.
territory.
It goes with the territory. As mommy would tell me often, you can do it.
Hmm.
And sometimes I want to pick her up and just walk her through the house, walk her through the house and let her know she can do it too. But anyway, but what would you say to people who? What would be your encouragement, or what would be? We just said it a little bit, but what would you say to someone who feel that way but know they have a gift? They know that there's something in them, and they don't know why that people won't help them. People won't, what is that encouragement to share that you've been through?
Y- See, you have to speak to that because uh, although I've been through a lot of things, um, what I did hindered me, not what somebody else said or treated me. So I can't.
So what did you do? Put yourself down? I mean, what is it that you did to yourself?
I listen to people.
What didn't we talk to
No,
somebody? Talk to
what
somebody the other
I'm
day.
saying, what was in me, I I felt strong enough about what I could do,
Hmm.
but by me listening to others, I took other people's advice, thinking that they knew better or more.
Okay, give an example so you can help someone to, if you're going to believe in yourself or believe what you have, to not do that. Just one example. We can't just leave it blank. You have to let people know just something. What is something that you would say, don't, if you believe this, do this because it'll cause this. It is wrong.
Well, uh, although I know fathers play a big important part in a kid's life, I I didn't need a man at the time to raise my children because I had enough in me, but I didn't need to be married to do it.
So you had children out of wedlock. That's what you're
Yes,
saying?
I had children out of wedlock, and I felt
That you can do it.
I could have did it, and I still wound up doing it. I didn't need to have that extra.
So you let custom
Right,
and somebody else tell you
right,
what you need to do.
right.
So that would be something that you would not suggest if you're
No,
not ready for it.
if you're not ready for it,
Yeah.
no.
To cover up one part, but you're still
Right.
young.
I could have did it.
Yeah. So believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself
Mhm.
and what you have. And I lost a lot listening to people. Um,
So what they say about you? Why did you listen to people?
authority.
So if they're not in authority, you don't listen to them.
At the time of my life, uh, I thought authority was the voice because
Oh,
the main people that gave me advice was those in church.
and your parents, your mother went to your man.
Right. On that part. But
Yeah.
remember I had a and I love this Jeep. I had a when they first came out, Ford Explorer. But the business I was working for closed down. So this preacher told me God didn't want me to work. And he had a group of people. He asked me where was my car keys. And they danced on my car keys. That was supposed to have been evidence that God was going to take care. I didn't believe that. I felt I needed to go get another job.
So it comes to that you didn't know God.
I don't think I had none. Well,
Yeah, you didn't know God. You didn't know that. Why would God tell you to do that?
it,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we didn't have we and see, that would have to be a whole story. We had to do a whole thing on that of where we come from and
yeah,
wasn't used to that kind of uh things that goes on. So you believe what was told to you at that
yeah.
time, not knowing
That
that don't
no,
happen.
I could have
Yeah, you could
got
have
a
went to work,
job, went
and
to
if you would
work,
have
and
told me, I would have told you go to work, right?
but
So
that's what I'm saying.
but that comes up on a lot of things for people that um, check in with somebody else, and then there's gonna be another whole subject
Yeah,
that we talk about because
yeah,
when you fresh, I went to the military, fresh out of Delhi Street, never knew nothing about the world, and you know what I mean, how strict we was raised. So I didn't know a lot. So there's a lot of things I did then that if you try to get me to do now, so some things came
Ooh,
with ignorance, some things came with not knowing and things. So it's a whole lot of components that go to what we went through versus someone who was exposed to things and you just did things because you
man.
self-esteem. But so I'm gonna give you a pass because you was freshly out of, we're gonna name it just Delhi Street. You was freshly out of not knowing these things that go on. So
And vulnerable, and just
invulnerable, right? So that's what I'm saying. So it's a lot of things we could speak to would be the reason. But as you mature and learn, and that's why I'm so hard today on a lot of things. Um, there's a lot of things that goes on in different venues and places that you have to make. You said, show me the money. You have to convince me before you have me dancing around on my house
man,
keys and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff that I see
yeah,
that go on that I just it'll take a lot.
no,
Yeah,
no,
it would take a lot. So, but anyway, that would be something you would tell people: stick with what you believe.
yeah,
If you believe it,
and
go for it.
and go down trying,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
At least I did
yeah,
as I
is
believe.
that yeah,
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that we always be right, but sometimes listen to others who haven't been through nothing either. And that's who you're taking a pattern after, or that's who you're taking your information from. Like we as girlfriends, and we trying to, at back in the day, we trying to help each other. Neither one of us went through stuff. So, okay, we went through. So, but as you learn,
yeah, you do better,
you do better.
and you
Yeah.
teach others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being overlooked doesn't always mean that you're not chosen. So you don't feel bad about that because that comes with the terror. That is part of being chosen is to be overlooked because of the. Uh, sometimes it's just uh, what you had to mature into.
Yeah,
So it didn't always have to be a bad thing because you was overlooked. It could help you. It make you stronger.
and I heard something the other day that really just blessed me. It said, "Don't worry about someone giving you the key. Build the door." So you ain't gotta give me no keys or nothing, because I'm gonna build my access. It goes back to what's in you. And
But a lot of people don't have self esteem, and
I,
that's the
I,
thing.
I
Believing what, like you say, authority or what people believe in a lot of things. So you got to build the person up, and then you have to nurture. You have to coach. You have to
but that's
all that.
what I think. What we are coming into.
That's what we do.
I said everybody needs a Mordecai,
Yeah.
a coach,
Hmm.
a sponsor.
So
Um,
we're trailblazers for what we went through. So it shouldn't the next generation shouldn't be doing the same thing.
yeah,
But we have to talk and say this is not
yeah,
is that because people fooling them too.
right. So how would you even be able to teach someone if you're not aware? We can recognize some things because we had firsthand experience.
Mhm.
You know,
So
eh,
it pays those who went through to talk about it.
yeah.
You,
So
you had to be vulnerable enough to tell all this dumb stuff that we tell them. We tell them.
and it is done.
Yeah,
Like
we're
it
sitting
is.
here telling a lot of dumb things, but it's not like we're proud of it. But if it's going to help somebody, that's the only way you can help somebody. You got to tell the dumb
It
and
was
embarrassing stuff.
expensive. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we went through that was unnecessarily.
dancing on some keys
Yeah,
when you could
doing a
just
lot of
got a
yeah,
job and kept up with your payments.
yeah.
I used to look back at it and be angry, not
Hmm.
no more. Forgive
Yeah,
them because they knew not what they
yeah,
would.
yeah. So what you want to leave with, and what you want to
Well, I said, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land amongst the stars. Just keep going. Keep going.
and
You
ask
fall.
questions.
Mm-hmm.
You feel something inside that you think you born to do or want to do, you got a vision or a dream, go for it
Yeah.
and talk to
You're not
someone.
alone.
Yeah, and find somebody to understand
Yeah.
if you got something special in you. You'll find that person. I didn't know at the time, but you'll find it. You'll find someone. Keep on talking and keep on living
And broaden your horizon. If it
yeah,
ain't in the circle
yeah,
that you ain't, get out from amongst it.
yeah.
Launch out into the deep
So
and drop your net.
told Abraham to get from among
Get
his
out
kinfolk.
amongst your kinfolk.
You had to get out from among some people that you might, because a lot of people will hold you down,
Yeah.
or thinking that you're like uh, Joseph's brother. Who you think you are saying that? They didn't know that he was going to save them. It's not a
It's
thought process.
did it to Davis who you left a little few sheep with.
Little few
He the
sheep with.
one who who fought Goliath. Y'all stand up there in the army and running every time that he
was
roared.
bringing them food,
I know.
and he was just his father told him it wasn't even about David. His father said go down there and see how they doing. His father was concerned. Why his dad? That's another thing right there. His dad knew that they didn't like him. Why you send him? But it was tough. It toughened him up. It was for his assignment. He had to do it. So sometimes God would even help you to go through your.
Man,
What?
I'm saying what you have to go through for an assignment. Here
Put your
come that
muscles.
dreamer. Here
Yeah,
come,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, Gail, it's always interesting. We're gonna continue this because we got to tell some more about foolishness. But it's to help. We have a lot of stories, but it's relevant because some people don't want to say it, but they've been through the same, and some of them still going through the same, making mistakes, But get some balls for yourself, and if you got a dream or vision, go for it. Somebody might not go along with you, but you know when something special is
Yeah.
in you. You know when you
It
have
won't
something.
it won't leave you alone.
No, you won't. But anyway, as we always leave the podcast saying,
Love
love
God,
God,
love
love
family,
family,
work
work
hard,
hard,
and
and
be
just be
kind.
kind. And don't forget, we got coming up. We're still into the Esther series. We're still um, having classes this Saturday at from 12 to 4. If you can see what's on our screen, um, it's a phone number here. Your RSVP. We're gonna have real talk with Gail. We're gonna be recapping and just having some conversations for the pulling out of the Esther series. We're gonna help as much as we
Yeah.
can, but we want to let people know where we are. So um, we're not going nowhere. We're gonna do it. If we got to be embarrassed, telling our story, but it's not embarrassment. It's really it's the give back and it's the help. But God bless you and remember that November 22nd from 12 to 4, we're gonna be having the real talk with our own co-host Gail Barron, the judge, the author, and